Yes, ladies and gents, it's Tom here once again from the West Ham Faithful, and today we've got the West Ham Faithful every other daily show because there's only enough stuff to put out there during the transfer windows that gets people talking and makes content easier to create. So during the season, I'm gonna do a daily show every other day. So it's that's why it makes sense, the every other daily show. Anyway, before we crack on with this every other daily show, I would like you, if you do like this content and you like what you see from me so far, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get notified when I upload the next video. Anyway, let's get straight on into it. It's always a good start to the week when West Ham win at the weekend, isn't it? You can't. There's no feeling like it's other than getting lucky the night before, probably in comparison. But amongst the fan base, there seems to be a sense of excitement and relief, in my opinion, for Scamacca in particular. Everyone seems to be excited by the way he's settling, the goals he's scoring. He's scored 6 goals for us so far, and each one of them have been different. Not each one. I'd say that people have narrowed it down to there's 2 inside the box, 2 outside the box, and 2 headers, which is a great variety for a striker. I, for one, wasn't. I didn't hate Sebastian Haller. I thought the geezer was talented, but he missed the bastardness. You know what I mean? And Scamacca's got that. Scamacca's a bastard. He's a bastard with that Italian mafia charisma. It doesn't matter which way you look at it. Scamacca makes Haller look a bit like a pussycat. So you've got to love him. Anyway, moving on to the main point of this show. The main topic is the LLDC trying to sell the naming rights to West Ham. Well, they've offered it to us for about 4 million, and it seems as though the club isn't interested. They don't really want to know. There's the opportunity for them to buy it off the LLDC and sell it on and make a profit, which business sense makes sense, but it runs a risk, and I think I'll go into it a little bit later. Maybe we expect to own the stadium soon. Maybe we expect that the amount of financial pressure the LLDC is under will force them to offer West Ham a sweet, sweet deal. Not like we haven't already got one in the rent agreement, but a sweet deal in terms of buying it off of them so they stop making losses of 30-40 million each year. West Ham, in my eyes, seem to just be holding out. They're waiting for them to fold. And if that does happen, essentially, we would be giving them 4 million now for them to offer us the stadium for a stupid price next year, maybe. I'm not sure when that whole the whole clause in the contract that means West Ham have to give the LLDC, I think, a percentage. What is the LLDC? They have to give someone a percentage of the profits of the sale, but this clause is invalid come a certain time. I don't know exactly when it is. I actually should look that up, to be honest. I did know. But then you forget things, don't you? Anyway, so essentially, if that was to happen, we would get the naming rights along with the stadium. So that would probably be the reason why they don't want to put money in the LLDC's pocket. One thing Gio said from Hammer's chat, I was watching his video talking about the same topic. I was just getting other people's opinions, trying to see what other people are saying. I've come up with my own theory to do with why we ain't interested in taking the naming rights. But what he did say is that it creates a massive advertisement. This publicity could essentially be a decoy for West Ham and the LLDC actually working together to try and get someone to, buy the naming rights. I don't see it. I think West Ham will have a say on who gets to name the stadium as well. I think we should anyway, because I'm not being funny. Like Gio said yesterday, Tottenham will have supposedly got Google interested in naming their stadium, and previously we had Amazon interested in naming the stadium. Now, can you imagine going to the Amazon Stadium? Or I hope Google get the naming rights, pay the 1 billion. Everyone else is gonna laugh at the cunts for going to the Google Stadium. Fuck my life. Yeah, no, I would not be happy about it. Not for any amount of money. Like, coming from a West Ham fan, I believe we've lost enough of a identity in itself having to move to the London Stadium. I think, I don't know. I hope it isn't West Ham calling a bluff and we don't end up with a short straw having a shit name stadium. That pissed me right off. But to be fair, I do not mind the name, the London Stadium. I do not mind that. Although I disagree with the whole commercial purposes of the whole idea of the London Stadium, because it's got a West Ham, well, London. Well, I'm wearing the black shirt, so you can't see the London. It's written in black. But yeah, it's got London on our badge. Do you know what I mean? It seems as though the owners were trying to commercialise us to be the London brand, which I don't know if they noticed, but you kind of have to be the best team in London. Now, I'm not saying Arsenal and Chelsea are better than us. I'm not making no judgment, but I'm not big-headed enough or deluded enough to think we are the best team in London. We're a good team. We're a very good team, and we're pushing. And the way we're going is the only way is up. But I would not put ourselves in that category, especially not 6 years ago. Maybe more so now, but not 6 years ago. Never in a million years. And talking about 6 years ago, that's exactly how long the LLDC have been trying to find someone to buy the rights off of us. The club have allegedly offered help. For whatever reason, that offer hasn't been taken up, and they've, well, in theory, what we know anyway, that hasn't been taken up, and they've decided to publicly offer West Ham the naming rights themselves. Would the fans be happy with one of them type stadiums? This is a question I want to ask. Would any of you guys out there watching this, would you be happy if a company came in like that Brentford G-Tech company? So now it's called the G-Tech Community Company. I don't know if I like that. I don't know. And to be fair, knowing, you think about it, the amount of investments Kretensky's got in the amount of different businesses, I'm pretty sure if they wanted to use a commercial name brand, this is one phone call away, really, isn't it? We could have the Royal Mail Stadium, the Sainsbury's Stadium, in the Tiffany Stadium. Like, he's got shares in all these companies. I'm pretty sure he could make one phone call and be like, "Do you want to make an investment into this football club? I've got a percentage in for this great exposure. The name's going to be seen everywhere because they're in Europe, and well, we're only progressing. We've started the season very poorly, but it seems like it's on the up. 3 wins last week. You can't grumble, can you? In whatever. I mean, a lot of people did bemoan the way West Ham played Sunday, and they bemoaned how we played against Anderlecht. But I'm coming to the conclusion that because of how we've played over the past 2 years, everyone's got really high expectations. I'm a passionate West Ham fan. I'm fucked off when we lose. And you see how I reacted about Soucek's performance. Wait until you see us play poorly. Luckily enough for the viewers, I weren't making content because of other reasons, uh, not to do with football, when we were going through our losing streak. And now I'm seeing it as a blessing, because since I started making my videos again, we have won every game. So let's crack on. One thing I was thinking of is, if I get to 20,000 subscribers, I will get a nice big fat West Ham tattoo on my chest, and I will allow my subscribers to choose it for me. Nothing stupid. It's a genuine West Ham related tattoo. But yeah, when I get to 20,000 subscribers, which is going to be a long time, I will get a West Ham tattoo, a nice big one, right on my chest. Anyway, moving on. Bear with me. Back to the football side of things. We could go, we've had 3 wins in a week. We can make it 5 come Sunday. We can make it 5 wins in 2 weeks, or 5 wins in 10 days, I think. Yeah, 5 wins in 10 days if we manage to turn over Anderlecht and Southampton on the weekend. We're at home to Anderlecht this Thursday. We managed to turn them over away from home after bringing on Paqueta, Scamacca and Rice in the last 20 minutes of the game, which made the decisive result come in for West Ham. We then move on to Southampton on Sunday, and before I move on to Southampton, I'm expecting Moyes to try and cement his top spot this Thursday. I'm expecting him to field a relatively strong side. I can see him basically doing the exact same thing, but feeling that we've got more of a chance because we're at home. I reckon pretty much the same players are going to start. But I've got a feeling Cornet might come back. I'm not sure, he might, but yeah, I'm hopeful. But yeah, then we move on to Sunday, where we play Southampton, and Southampton are well and truly on the ropes. They haven't been good at all, apart from James Ward-Prowse, who's the only shining light, and always the only shining light in Southampton. But they've really come off the ball. The manager doesn't seem to have a clue, in my opinion. And Sunday's result could result in another sacking of another manager by David Moyes as a result of losing to West Ham. We did it against Wolves. I forgot what their manager is called. I've got something in my head, but I don't want to say it just in case I'm wrong. But the Wolves manager got sacked after losing 2-0 to us. And it's very, very, very likely that Southampton could sack their manager if they lose to us at the weekend, which could cause problems, because if the manager's neck is on the line, you see it does when they're serious. If the players do like the manager, the players will react to this situation. For example, when we started the season so poorly, it seemed as though we didn't start the season so poorly. We was only getting wins in Europe. That's it. We got the win against Aston Villa, and yeah, I've gone over this multiple times before. But then we've played really poorly in some games, like the Aston Villa game, and won. And then we've played okay in other games and lost, like Nottingham Forest. But yeah, that seems to be all in the past. Hopefully, it was literally only a week ago that we were looking at West Ham in a relegation zone. And now we are 13th with a -2 goal difference. A win against Southampton could take us up to 8th. And we're back in the mix with the top 6. Man United are only on 15 points, and Chelsea are 1 point ahead of them in 4th. So, in my opinion, we are on the up. Everything seems very positive in the West Ham world at the moment. I'm looking forward to the game on Thursday. I'm looking forward to the game on Sunday. I'm even looking forward to playing them bin dippers. With the way they're playing, I think we can have them. Anyway, if you like this content, give us a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you see when I upload my next video. And until next time, as always, come on you Irons.